4, now 3-1. They defeat Freedom. He is their coach, John Macuga. And it's time for us to talk some New Brighton Lions football. Who would have ever thought 3-1 going into homecoming against Riverside? And that freshman quarterback who I met, I had to ask a couple of coaches, did I read right in the Beaver County Times? He threw 4 touchdown passes. Dion does what he always does. He gets one. Man, what a nice win for your football team.
It was really nice. The best part about it was we were able to spread the ball around a little bit and get our run game going a little bit, but our passing game was on point, which was really nice.
Talk about Freedom. They got a pretty good running back.
Yeah, they got a nice team. Number 4, their running back, very hard runner.
161 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you get him out in space, he's fast. They got a nice line up front though, quarterback's good. So, I mean, they got a nice team.
So how do you keep this young football team level-headed? A lot of football ahead. And Riverside, talking to some of the coaches, got a fullback who's kind of a throwback to those great Carl Flory and the teams back in the day, ground and pound. Janice, the fullback, so he's going to work your defensive line and do a lot of punishing as far as running the football. But let's talk about Riverside a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean Riverside. I feel like they're similar to Freedom with their big up front. The difference in running backs is Freedom had a speed back. We know that Janice, he's a hard runner. We've faced him for 3 years now. He's going to pound the ball. So they got a couple other good athletes. Good slot receiver, their H-back, number 27. He's a good athlete also. So they got some good athletes.
Yeah, I mentioned Carl Flory, and I do consider him one of the greatest of all time. And Ronnie Shiro, a great player, great coach. Riverside's had a lot of tradition, but it's kind of a mirror image of what these 2 programs have gone through. You had a lot of power in the MAC for a long time, and it kind of just went away. And now it seems as though they may be a year behind where you are right now. But it also just goes to show you get a young athlete. Now, obviously, one game doesn't make a career, but if a freshman gets plugged in, gets the opportunity, it makes it work, that can change the whole scenario. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, for a freshman to step in and play his role the way he does, like I said, we run 2 quarterbacks, but for him to go step into his role and play that part right, it's tremendous.
And from what I understand, he's a pretty good student too, and that helps a lot when it comes to being a quarterback. Being able to make it all work as far as that playbook is concerned. There's always room for improvement, things you really want to work on. So let's talk about some of the things that you move into this homecoming game this week against Riverside.
Definitely our special teams play. We definitely want to tighten our special teams up. We gave up 2 big plays on special teams that cost us. They scored on punt return, they scored on kick return. We really want to clean that up this week.
So I actually was in T-Mobile earlier today and I get something from my phone, and I find out that you guys are kind of involved in this thing in which they're dishing out some cash for schools. So please feel free to find it however you can, where they are promoting what they're doing for schools. Give them a like, and hopefully some of that stuff will come back and help the alma mater that is New Brighton. Let's talk about facilities a little bit. Obviously, this is where the work is throughout the year that gets done, that gets you to be 3-1 this point in the season. We're in the weight room. I don't think a lot of people realize how much money goes into just maintaining all this stuff. Talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're in the process of trying to update our facility. The T-Mobile contest that we're in would be huge. If we would happen to win it, then T-Mobile gives you a full upgrade for your facility. It's field, weight room, locker room, everything included. But without that, trying to update little things every year with the budget that we're on, it does make it tough. But the kids work fantastic with what we have.
I don't think a lot of people realize that when you're the head coach of a high school team, I don't care if it's 1A or 6A, it's not just the football season or the month of August. It's a year process. No, you're not practicing. No, the kids aren't in pads. But you teach in the school system, so you're constantly trying to stay engaged with the student athletes, the community, and more importantly, making sure that everyone's on point so when it's go time, you're ready to go. So this is a full-time job.
Yeah, absolutely.
And trying to get here through traffic can make it a little bit more tedious, but you made it on time. Now next week, just give everybody a heads up, I'm going to be back on Thursday night with him after a long day in which he's going to get ready for that Thursday night practice, which they'll have tomorrow night, the night before homecoming. And we'll talk to him when we have a little bit more time. He's got to get to practice, but before I do say goodbye, what really has been your biggest surprise Obviously 3-1, but there's got to be a few things, Coach, that just really make you smile. Let's end on that note. As far as execution and what your team's been able to do.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a few weeks ago, the kids bought in right from day one, and they haven't, given an inch. Every day they come, they work hard, and they just get better every day, which I'm very proud of them for that.
The other thing, this community, get ready for the big Halloween parade. There's just so many things that this community is famous for. And I've said this because I've been around this game a long time, and I've talked to coaches at every level. Many of these players now who are coaching throughout Western Pennsylvania, I've covered as players. What's it like coaching in your hometown? Listen, I've often said, you can go home again, but in football, no matter what anyone thinks, people want to win, and the coach gets the scrutiny. They give the love when the coach wins, and then they're concerned why he's not winning. But these are the people that you grew up with, people that you have called Mr. and Mrs. your entire life. And obviously, you see people, whether you're out with your family at dinner or what have you. What's it like being a coach in the town you lived your entire life?
It's fantastic. I mean, to know a lot of the kids, a lot of their families also that I either played with an aunt or an uncle, maybe a dad that I went to school with now that we're getting up in age a little bit. It's fantastic to see the same names still coming through the town.
When you hear the drums of the marching band, do you still have your heart kind of go through that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that coaching is that much different than playing. I think that, if you're an athlete or a competitor, it always stays with you. So whenever you hear, the noise from a Friday night, it still gives you the butterflies, it still gives you that energy that you always have.
Last thing for Coach John Macuga, 3-1 homecoming Friday night. Hope to see you here against Riverside. The thing that I like about you, you teach in the district, you live here, and this is a long-term plan for you, isn't it?
Yes. That's the plan.
Good. You heard it here first. It's your Pratt Pack. Don't forget Coombs Quality Foods, that Coombs Market Black and Gold Sunday show. We talk everything that's sports, but football as well. And we've got Trinity at Bethel Park. Bethel Park happens to be the alma mater of the new Brighton athletic director. It all just seems to fit, does it not? And of course, Power Bowser Friday Night Lights coming up this week. Quest for the Best tomorrow night. Dan Grilly, Mike White of the Post Gazette. Always more sports. 93.7 The Fan.